Cover those tattoos or don't come to my wedding." My aunt's voice cut through the restaurant noise, loud enough for 3 tables to hear, loud enough to make my mom close her eyes in shame. She smiled while she said it. That polished, camera-ready smile she'd been practicing for her big day. "I'm sure you understand. This is about elegance, about class." I understood, all right. What Aunt Patricia didn't know? I had her fiancé's appointment history, every single session, every consultation, every payment receipt. And I had something else. Proof that the man she was about to marry had been hiding the exact same thing she was banning me for. Did I bring it to the wedding? Oh, I brought more than that. Where are you watching from right now, and what time is it there? Drop a comment. And if you've ever dealt with family hypocrisy, hit that like button. You'll want to stick around for this. Let me take you back to where this disaster really started. Aunt Patricia has always been about appearances. When I was 12, she made me change clothes before a family photo because my shirt had a cartoon on it. "What will people think?" she'd said. When I was 16 and announced I wanted to apprentice at a tattoo studio, she didn't speak to me for 4 months. "You're throwing your life away," she told my parents. "She'll never be respectable." I went anyway. 7 years later, I'm a licensed tattoo artist. I specialize in custom bridal work, memorial pieces, cover-ups for burn survivors. I've been featured in 2 industry magazines. I have clients who fly in from 3 states away. But to Aunt Patricia, I'm still the embarrassment. The one who didn't go to college. The one with ink covering both arms, my shoulders, part of my chest. The one who doesn't fit her aesthetic. In this industry, you learn fast. Documentation is everything. Consultations, consent forms, design revisions, payment records. You save it all. It protects you. It protects your clients. I save everything. I thought we'd reached an uneasy truce over the years. She didn't ask about my work. I didn't push back when she cropped me out of photos. Then the engagement happened. Patricia got engaged to Derek, a corporate finance guy with perfect teeth and a perfectly boring LinkedIn profile. The announcement went up on Instagram with professional photos, a custom hashtag, and a caption about timeless love. I knew the wedding would be a production. I didn't know I'd become part of the problem. The text came 3 months before the wedding. "Hi, so excited you'll be there to celebrate with us. Quick note, dress code is black tie formal, and we're asking all guests to keep the aesthetic classic and elegant. I'm sure you understand. Long sleeves would be perfect. Let me know if you need help finding something. XOXO." I stared at it for a full minute. Long sleeves, in June, at an outdoor wedding. I called her. "Patricia, about the dress code." "Oh, I'm so glad you saw that. Listen, I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but the photographer is charging us a fortune, and we really want clean, timeless photos. You know, nothing distracting." "You mean my tattoos?" "Well, yes. I mean, it's my day, right? I've been planning this for 2 years, and honestly, your father agrees with me on this." "Of course he did. I'll even pay for the derma blend if you want," she continued. "The good stuff. Cover everything up and we're golden. Think of it as my gift to you, a gift. You have 2 weeks to decide," she said. "I need final headcount numbers, so just let me know if you're coming or if you'd rather reconsider." She hung up before I could answer. I sat there holding my phone, staring at the ink on my forearm, a cherry blossom branch my mentor designed before she passed. Distracting. The family group chat exploded that night. "It's one day. Just wear a cardigan. Why do you always have to make everything about you? Patricia has been so generous. Just do this one thing for her." Message after message. Aunts, uncles, cousins I barely talked to, all of them piling on. My mom called in tears. "Please," she said. "I'm begging you. Just wear long sleeves. I can't do another family war. I can't." She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. My dad didn't call. He sent one text. "Your aunt's right. Respect her wishes or don't come." I thought about skipping it. Just sending a card and a gift and staying home. Maybe they were right. Maybe I was being selfish. Maybe I was the problem. I opened my studio calendar to clear the weekend. That's when I saw the name. Derek M. appointment May 14th. 4-hour session. Back piece, full color. May 14th. That was 8 days before the wedding. I stared at the screen. Then I started scrolling back through the client files. And that's when everything changed. The appointment wasn't with me. It was with Jamie, one of my colleagues who rents a chair at the studio, but we share the same booking system. Same client database. I pulled up the file. Derek Morrison. Consultation booked 4 months ago. Design request. Phoenix Rising. Full back coverage, full color. Estimated time, 4 sessions. There were notes. Client wants upper back piece, large scale. Wingspan across shoulders. Wants to ensure it's coverable with dress shirt but visible in tank tops or shirtless. He'd paid a $400 deposit. The Venmo receipt was right there in the file. Username matching his Instagram handle. I cross-referenced the date. January 18th, 2 weeks after the engagement announcement. There were progress photos. Jamie had done the line work in March. A huge, detailed phoenix spreading across his shoulder blades. It was gorgeous, intricate, and very, very visible. The final session, color and shading, was scheduled for May 14th. 8 days before he married my aunt, I sat back in my chair. He was getting a tattoo, a massive one, right before the wedding, and my aunt, who was banning me for having ink, had no idea. Or did she? I needed to dig deeper. The next morning, my aunt posted an Instagram story. No names, just a pastel gradient background with white text. Sometimes the people who should support you the most choose to disappoint you instead. But I won't let negativity touch my special day. Boundaries matter. Hashtag bride tribe. Hashtag protect your peace. 43 people liked it in the first hour. My mom texted, "What did you do?" I hadn't done anything. Yet. That afternoon, an email arrived from Patricia. Subject line, Wedding Day Guidelines. It was a 2-page document. Dress code compliance checklist. Sleeve length requirements, minimum 3/4. Approved makeup brands for coverage. Arrival time for a pre-ceremony aesthetic check. An aesthetic check. She was going to inspect me. The email ended with, "Out of respect for our day and our vendors, we've also decided to revoke your +1. We need to keep the guest list tight and intentional. I'm sure you understand. See you soon. No +1, no autonomy, no respect." My dad called that night. "If you ruin her wedding, I will never forgive you," he said. "She's been planning this for 2 years. Do not start drama." I didn't say anything. "Do you hear me?" he pressed. "I hear you," I said. The wedding was in 9 days. I had a choice to make. I went back to Derek's file and opened the consultation notes. Jamie keeps detailed records. She has to. Clients change their minds, dispute charges, forget what they agreed to. Documentation protects everyone. There was an email thread, 3 messages from Derek, all sent from his work address. First email, January 20th. "Hey, quick question. If I go with the full back design, will it show through a dress shirt? Need to make sure it stays hidden for work events." Jamie's reply. "Not with a standard dress shirt and suit jacket. You'll be fine." Second email, March 10th, after the line work session. "This looks amazing. One thing though, my fiancé doesn't know about this yet. It's a surprise for the honeymoon. Can we keep the appointment reminders to text only, no calls? A surprise." He'd called it a surprise. Third email, April 28th. "Final session still good for May 14th. Just need to make sure my fiancé doesn't see it before the wedding. Want to reveal it on the beach in Mexico." There it was. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was hiding it from her, getting a massive tattoo a week before their wedding and planning to surprise her with it later. And she had no idea. I screenshot everything. I went to Patricia's Instagram. 38,000 followers. Lifestyle influencer. Her bio, curating timeless elegance. Wedding planning tips, home decor, beauty. Hashtag classic over trendy. She sold Lightroom presets. Ran a wedding planning template shop. Posted sponsored content twice a week. Her wedding wasn't just a wedding. It was content. It was brand alignment. I scrolled through her tagged vendors. The photographer was shooting for exposure and portfolio rights. The florist traded a discount for Instagram tags. The venue was offering her a rebate in exchange for a day in the life reel. Every detail was coordinated. Pastel, elegant, clean, no distractions. And there it was, a post from 2 weeks ago. A repost from the bridal boutique. Classic grace for the modern bride. No distractions, just elegance. Hashtag no regrets wedding. She'd built an aesthetic, a brand, and I didn't fit it. My tattoos would show up in the photos. They'd disrupt the grid. They'd contradict the timeless narrative she was selling to 38,000 people. This wasn't about respect. It wasn't about her day. It was about control and marketability. She was protecting her image. Meanwhile, her fiancé was getting inked behind her back. Now I knew exactly what to do. I wasn't going to put her on blast online. I wasn't going to send screenshots to the family group chat or make a scene. I was going to do something better. I was going to show up. I called Jamie. Hey, random question. Are you free next Saturday? The 22nd? Yeah, why? Want to be my +1 to a wedding? She laughed. Didn't your aunt revoke that? She did. I'm unrevoking it. There was a pause. Is this about Derek? Jamie asked. It's about honesty, I said. And I think it's time everyone got on the same page. Bring your portfolio. Oh, this is going to be good. I hung up and opened my file system. I printed 3 things. Derek's appointment summary, the email thread, the progress photos with timestamps. I put them in a folder labeled Morrison Wedding Consultation Records. Then I texted my aunt. I'll be there. And I'm bringing a +1 after all. See you Saturday. She didn't reply. I didn't expect her to. I bought a sleeveless dress. Lavender. Elegant. Showed every piece of ink on my arms and shoulders. The countdown was on. The rehearsal dinner was at a country club. White tablecloths. String lights. A curated Spotify playlist. I walked in wearing the lavender dress. Jamie beside me in a black jumpsuit. My aunt saw me from across the patio. Her smile froze. She crossed the lawn in 4 seconds flat. I don't recall approving a +1. You didn't, I said. But I thought you'd want to meet her. Patricia, this is Jamie. She's a tattoo artist. Derek, standing 10 feet away with a glass of champagne, went pale. Actually, I continued, she's Derek's tattoo artist. Silence. Patricia's eyes flicked to Derek, then back to me. I'm sorry, what? Jamie smiled. It's true. Derek's been a client since January. Great guy. The Phoenix piece came out beautiful. Phoenix, Patricia repeated. Her voice was flat. Derek set down his glass. Babe, I can explain. Explain what? She said. I reached into my bag and pulled out the folder. Maybe we should talk somewhere private, I said quietly. We ended up in the club manager's office. Me, Jamie, Patricia, Derek, and both sets of parents. I laid the folder on the desk. Appointment history, I said. January through May, 4 sessions. Full back tattoo. Phoenix design. Color and shading completed May 14th. I opened the first page. Calendar entry. Deposit receipt. Email thread, I continued. Derek specifically asked that you not find out before the wedding. He called it a surprise. Patricia stared at the printouts. Derek exhaled. It was supposed to be for the honeymoon. For us, a phoenix, new beginnings. You got a tattoo, Patricia said slowly. A week before our wedding. 8 days, I corrected. She looked up at me. You banned me from your wedding for having tattoos. You made me feel like I was dirty, disrespectful, an embarrassment. That's different. How? I asked. How is it different? He's not in the bridal party photos, she said, scrambling. He'll have a shirt on. It won't show. So it's not about tattoos, I said. It's about appearances. It's about control. She didn't answer. I picked up the folder. I'll stay for the wedding, as I am. Or I leave right now and you explain to everyone why. Your choice. She stared at me, then at Derek, then at the folder. For the first time in my life, Aunt Patricia had nothing to say. She didn't apologize. But the next morning I got a text. Wear whatever you want. That was it. No explanation, no acknowledgement. Just permission I never should have needed in the first place. The wedding went ahead as planned. I wore the lavender dress. Tattoos on full display. I sat with my parents in the 4th row. No one said a word. The ceremony was beautiful. Patricia looked stunning. Derek looked nervous. During the reception, they did the first dance. Derek took off his jacket for a choreographed spin. His dress shirt was sheer in the back. You could see the outline, the wings, the phoenix. There were gasps, whispers. Patricia's smile tightened, but she kept dancing. The photographer kept shooting. Later, someone's aunt asked Derek about it. He said it was a surprise for his bride, a symbol of their new life together. Patricia nodded along. She didn't correct him. She didn't explain. Jamie and I left after dinner. We'd done what we came to do. We weren't there to win. We weren't there to humiliate anyone. We were there to exist, on our own terms. The family group chat went silent on the topic. No one brought it up again. A week later, Patricia posted the wedding photos. I'm in 3 of them. Tattoos visible. She didn't crop me out. She didn't tag me either. But it was something. 3 months later, Derek posted a photo from the beach. Shirtless. Phoenix in full color across his back. The caption, finally get to show this off. Best decision I ever made. Patricia liked the post. Her Instagram content started shifting after that. Fewer perfection posts, more candid shots, less curated, more real. I don't know if our confrontation changed her. Maybe it didn't. But I learned something. I didn't need her apology. I didn't need her approval. I needed her to see her own double standard. And once she did, that was enough. Boundaries aren't about revenge. They're not about humiliation. They're about showing up as yourself and letting other people deal with their own contradictions. I still do tattoos. I still see my family at holidays. Patricia and I don't talk much, but we're civil. And I never cover my ink. Not for anyone. This story is a fictionalized dramatization based on real events. It's not legal advice, family therapy, or a guide to wedding etiquette. Just one person's experience standing up for themselves. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been judged for something the person judging you was secretly doing themselves? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. If this resonated with you, hit subscribe. I share new stories every week about boundaries, receipts, and standing your ground. Thanks for listening. And remember, your ink, your story, your terms,